Okay, my name is Sapna Gnanakan and I've been a teacher for almost 17 years now, but I can actually say I started very young. I come from a family of educationalists, so yes, I used to visit my mom's school and help there. I used to also help my dad, who is also a teacher. I have basically studied a TEFL after my degree and I've taught as an ESL teacher. Right now, currently, I work here as the head of English. Okay, so I just joined the school last year in the month of April, and I have been here for almost a year now. Prior to this, I was working with the international curriculum, and this is my first stint with the Indian curriculum. So there's a lot for me to learn, and it's the learning experience. I believe that no one becomes a teacher or no one becomes something who they are without lifelong learning, and I believe that every day we have to learn something new. So this is something new for me, and every day is a learning experience. The kids are very different compared to who I used to teach earlier. So you gain a lot more respect, I think, with the Indian curriculum. I mean, I've seen that the children with other curriculums are not given so much of importance, but I think again it's because of the parenting and the way us Indians are. So that primarily brings out that bit of it. So I did have little stints wherein I actually changed my opinions and I kept thinking of an air hostess or something else, but it was always teaching. And till date, I actually look back at my cumulative record book from grade 10, wherein I said I want to be a teacher, or rather a lecturer, but I survived as a teacher now. So, and yes, I did see, it's not just my family, my immediate family, but it's also like my uncles, my aunts, everyone has been in teaching. Principals, vice principals, heads, so yes. I've probably grown up with it, which is why I've come to teach.
So you meant to say that it is your passion?
Yes, it is my passion. So positions are not really my passion, but teaching is my passion, yes. Well, actually, those days I used to see it was a commanding position. But right now, when I look around at the students and I see how teaching has to be changed, I'm more of a facilitator, and I like that because it's very important that you learn from the children too. So, like I said, I have to learn from them too, so which is why I like the position as a facilitator, wherein you teach, you impart some knowledge, but you also gain a little more knowledge from the children. Yeah, so I actually started with helping with my mom's school. That was like a primary school, like a kindergarten area. So I started there in her creche. Then my parents have like a CBSE school and an ICSE school. So I used to go as an assistant to the teachers. That again, even before I finished school. Later on, once I finished my college degree, I did a diploma in teachers training, after which I did my TEFL. And that's when I went and did an internship in Andhra. Actually in a place called Hindupur. It was a very small school. They needed somebody to teach with English. It was the biggest challenge in life because it was like a village kind of an atmosphere. I didn't quite fit in well because I didn't know the language, and yes, it was something different for me, but I did learn. I did my apprenticeship over there, and then I moved on to working as a teacher for a kindergarten in Switzerland. Once I came back, it was more of training. I was a trainer for voice and accent, after which I moved completely into teaching once my daughter was born. So that's when I did a stint in Bangkok, and I did another bit in Hyderabad in an international school, a very well-known school. And then came here to the GEMS group and finally now to Amled. Well, the future of education, I look at it this way. I think we have a lot of Google coming up and a lot of like online resources wherein the teachers actually put in the background. And I do believe that now everything is moving into activity based and learning through projects. I don't know what's the role of a teacher, but education is definitely going to move forward because it's going to be involving a lot more digital resources, and yes, it's going to move forward because I feel that you don't learn from a certain textbook, but you learn from other experiences around you. So I think that's what's going to happen. It's not going to be streamlined, but on a broader based. I don't look at it as something that's going to be very negative. It's just moving forward. It's also going to push us over the limit, wherein we need to keep ourselves well prepared, or better prepared rather, just in order to compete with what's around us, which is our digital resources. And like I said, we always need to learn something. So if we want to stay ahead, then yes, we need to go with the times and we need to be much advanced. Well, I actually believe that you have to keep learning, and I haven't stopped learning. I keep, upskilling myself, going for several PD sessions, trying to take up online courses. I mean, I do online courses, okay? So yes, I do a lot of these online courses just to like upgrade myself so that I can stay with the times. And I think it's very important for every teacher to constantly keep upgrading and upskilling themselves. Okay, like I said, the first and the major challenge was when I went into the rural area and I didn't know how to communicate well enough to the parents and as well to the students, because they were more of the Telugu speaking children and I just knew English. So it was very difficult for me at that point in time. But as I moved forward, there were a lot of things that I had to learn. One was I had to learn that I had to keep with the times. Two, I had to like come down to the level of the students, which sometimes is very difficult, but if you make them your friend, yes, that's when you capture their interest and then you can move ahead. So I believe in that. The kids, the kids, yes. You learn something new from them every day, that's one. And the other thing is like, I mean, if you get down to their level, you'll really start appreciating, your childhood and, what's to come. So yes. Yes, it is. Well, I have to say that the trainers were excellent and it really captured the interest of the children. So they were really excited. And the speed reading program, I think, was something that was really nice, because several times children don't really know that they have to look for keywords, identify, and then, continue. Everyone's trying hard to read the entire passage. So for their comprehension bit, I really like the program, because that's something that I do. I just look for keywords. So yes, the speed reading program is an excellent program, and so are the trainers. It's an amazing profession, but you have to love it. You have to have a passion for it in order to be a teacher. Don't take it up. Several people take up teaching because, of their children. They want to spend more time with their kids at home, or they want the holidays, or they may be looking for the free education. But that shouldn't be one of the reasons that you want to take up teaching. If you want to take up teaching, it should be the passion, because that's what drives you. It's a very difficult task, okay? So yes, I mean, I didn't manage it for a long time because my mom used to look after my daughter. Now I've started trying to balance it. It's very difficult. It's something that I'm really new to, though my daughter is 11. It's very difficult for me, but I try to prioritize. Like when she needs me, I ensure that I give her my 100%, and when the school needs me, I ensure they have my 100%. But yeah, so that's how I balance it.